morning. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you today. Happy Star Wars Day. And I thought we would start outside. Today we've got some lovely wildlife on the bank right here. The 4 little goslings are there, and there are a couple more down the way. So we'll go for a little bit of a walk and listen to the bird sounds. It's nice to start off with a bit of nature in the morning. It is a beautiful sunny day in the Vancouver area. I think this is about the 4th in a row. It's been absolutely gorgeous. I have not introduced myself yet, and yesterday I completely forgot to introduce myself. My name is Tracy, and I am the podcaster of the Knitting on the Float podcast. This month I am doing a daily series that is basically focusing on cleaning up the loft, but each day I'm hoping to get a little bit of nature in here, and I'm also hoping to share what I can of what I've been working on. Today I have something very, very exciting to share. I've got my tea just steeping right now. We're going to go in a moment, but first we'll go for a little bit of a walk down the dock and take in those sights and sounds. I know yesterday I said I was going to tackle the blue table, but things are meant to change, and today I had brute strength around, and because I'm excited to share the Handmade Sock Society pattern with you today, I wanted to spend just only a tiny bit of time up here today. So this morning, Greg and Isaac moved the blanket box downstairs, so it is no longer here, and my work up here today is going to be minimal. I have grabbed the broom and I am going to give it a sweep here, then we'll take a look at the area, and while it's only been a tiny bit, it looks like it has made such a huge difference. And look what I found, a little corner from the blocking mat. Can't save it, but that's okay. While I'm at it, I will do a quick vacuum of the 2 carpets, and then we can sit down, have some tea, and chat about knitting. And there we are. Things are looking a lot better. So we'll take a quick peek and then go talk about the crafting. So now that the cedar chest has been moved out of here and I've put the husky over there, Nathaniel's going to be doing something called exploratories in school, and he's going to be doing some sewing, so he might borrow my husky. But this area, especially with a swept and vacuumed floor, is starting to look a little bit more presentable, definitely more open. There is a method to my madness as to why I didn't tackle the blue dresser. Part of it was because I really want to share the knitting today, but the other part is because Isaac is going to be moving his keyboard downstairs. The circular sock machine has to be brought upstairs. It needs space, so it was better to move the blanket box, especially when I had both Greg and Isaac home to move it for me. And now, for now, it's a little bit more open. A little bit each day will get the job done. For now, though, we are going to sit down with our lovely cup of tea. We're going to move over here, grab a nice spot in this comfy chair, look out over the river, and chat about crafting. And here is a little addendum. The sock machine has been pulled up here and a little less space, but it will be up here for the long haul anyway. Now we can sit down for a little while because the loft is done. We've enjoyed a bit of nature, and now it is time to share the wonderful first pattern from the Handmade Sock Society. But before we do, I think it is very, very important that we enjoy a quick beverage. And today I am drinking out of my Rendale Designs mug, and this one is Guard Duck. I made the tea a little bit ago. It might be a little bit cool, which makes it a little easier to drink. Main thing is it has caffeine. Today is May the 4th, Star Wars Day, so today we are going to cheer to your force being with you. Cheers to that. That first sip in the morning is always so, so lovely. Okay, the knitting that I got up to yesterday wasn't a whole lot. I got back into this project again. This is a secret test knit that I'm doing, and I shared the yarn yesterday. I'm just going to share the colors that I worked with yesterday. So I was holding double with this mohair from Hedgerow Yarns. This is an undyed, just called Naked, and mohair is always fun to work with. And I will share the full skein of the yarn that I'm using. I do have the other one all caked up. I had 2 skeins of this, and this is Afterglow, and it is a BFL sock by Nora George Yarns. So lots of fun colors in there. And I am making a rainbow project that I'm hoping it won't be too long before I get to share this, but definitely I need to finish it first. And I am not quite at the halfway mark, but I am getting close. So that is something that got a little bit of love last night. But the main attraction today is the Handmade Sock Society, which had been living in my gorgeous bird leg bags Nancy Drew bag. Unfortunately, this fabric is not available anymore. It was by Moda, and I don't think Vicky's doing bags at this moment, though I could be wrong. But I do love this bag, and it has a fun eyeglasses print inside. And the yarn that I used was from Sarah of Cauldron of Colors, And to me, this just screamed spring. I cast it on around Easter, so when I cast it on, it was all about Cadbury mini eggs, and this one really made me feel that Easter joy, and there's little bits of not quite brown, but like a very light brown, so that little bit of milk chocolate, and then there's purple, and there were pink spots and speckles and little bits of yellow. So to me, it really screamed Easter mini egg. I keep saying cream egg, but it's the mini eggs. And these are the shadow box socks. This is the first pattern from Helen Stewart, who is Curious Handmade, and it is a lovely lace detail, and I think it knit up beautifully in the Cauldron of Colors, which I forgot to mention was called Aunt Jane's Festive Knitting. That was the colorway. And look at all those gorgeous little speckles in there. And I'll pop this off. So this sock starts off with a 1x1 twisted rib. It then goes into this super simple lace section here, and easy to memorize, great for car knitting, great for when you're just on the go. And this sock was on the go a lot. I took this to Toronto with me. I knit on it on the plane, I knit on it in the car, I knit on it just enjoying quiet time, watching Ted Lasso with my mother, and this beautiful pattern was just such a lovely knit to do in the early spring. So patterning down the leg, and then we have a slip stitch heel flap going into, I think it's a half kerchief heel turn, and then of course a lovely gusset is always best for the best fitting pair of socks. And then the patterning continues down the foot, and unlike my Christmas Eve cast on, I did not pattern on the bottom of the foot for this pair. And then there is a wedge toe at the very end. So a lovely pair of socks. As I said, a super simple knit, great for if you've, maybe never knit a pair of socks before, or you're not as confident. This is a good, even though it looks like, with the lace, it might be a bit complicated, it's a good starting out pattern. So perfect for number one. And these socks, because of all of the lace detail, will be perfect for spring. So it definitely feels very fun to be able to share these with you today. And who doesn't love a brand new, fresh pair of socks just off the needles? And the great thing about this pair was I did not have second sock syndrome. So there we are, the Shadow Box Socks by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade, the first pattern from season 5 of the Handmade Sock Society. I love them. Love. So very happy to share those with you today. Also very happy to now, because I've done my lofty stuff of the day, sit back, relax, drink some tea. It's early in the day, so I am going to get some knitting done after I edit today's vlog. But for now, happy Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you. And I hope to see you tomorrow for May 5th, when maybe I'll actually do what I say I'm going to do, and maybe we will tackle the blue dresser. We'll see. You never know. I could totally get lost in yarn. Well, Greg has his toys on top of this table. I have some of my toys underneath the table. And yesterday, oh, gorgeous. Yesterday, I printed up a pattern of something that I've been wanting to make for a very long time, and that is the, and I hope I say this properly, Shisui Shrug by Suzanne Sommer. And it is this gorgeous brioche and garter shrug sweater shawl. It's fantastic. And Sharon, who is the Knitting Project, has also cast one on. So in some DMs we were chatting about maybe working on it together. So I am just going through my Nora George yarns. I thought I had 2 of these, and I very well might. This is Elizabeth Bennett, and I thought it would be really nice to maybe do one of the colors in this. But then, oh, so many pretty things. I have this sweater quantity of pink grapefruit that I think would look amazing as well. So, oh, too many pretties. Anyway, I'm going to be stuck here playing with yarn for a little bit, and that's okay. I was thinking there were 4, but then I realized this is a different colorway, so I only have 3 of these. So you know what? I won't feel so bad using 2 of these with some other lovely colors and doing some fabulous, fabulous brioche. But yeah, I think this pink is perfect. Now just to figure out the other colors.